Welcome to Entertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. Attack them. Sometimes the sucker punchers here even tricked the innocent victims and they went for the glove touch first, but other times they won and sometimes the idiots lost, which kind of sucks, but at least it's pretty fun to watch. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below, and please remember to turn on those notifications. Let's get started. Probably the most important glove touch is in the final round because the fighters have battled for multiple rounds and both fighters have taken a ton of punishment, and you just want to show respect and good sportsmanship by touching gloves. But this didn't happen here.
It has been a very entertaining one. Wow! There goes William Rush. Was he trying to shake hands?
Terrence Lewis is the one that maybe thought he was losing the fight, so he wanted to land a knockdown in any way possible. So he went with a sneaky sucker punch on Michael Rush. The good news for Rush was that the referee was still between them with his hands separating them, which means that aside from being a crappy thing to do, it was a flagrant foul by Lewis. The referee allowed Rush to try and recover, which he apparently said he was good to go, so they let the fight continue, but it didn't look good for Rush, who looked to be obviously hurt, so then the referee stopped the fight and disqualified Lewis for the earlier foul. This is one of the weirdest finishes because I have never seen someone get retroactively disqualified in the middle of the round. This is one of the fastest finishes in MMA history due to an obvious cheap shot by Ibrahim Khalilov over Bakhtiar Baratov. This match was over in just 3 seconds. What makes this one of the worst ones, other than the fact that he won by a knockout in only 3 seconds, is the fact that unlike the others we have seen, this guy went for the double hand glove touch, which means he completely made his opponent drop his guard before he finished him. The only redeeming part is that he didn't jump on his opponent to land more hits once he was on the ground. This is one of the most blatant cheap shots I've ever seen because Chris Sheridan actually completed the glove touch. But instead of stepping back and allowing Memo Vasquez and himself to start again, he just went with a punch that dropped Vasquez hard, and he jumped on him to finish the fight. You know that Sheridan wasn't too proud of that win because he got up and celebrated, but it was in a way where he was trying to see if the crowd was going to cheer for him and be on his side, which they didn't, as they started cheering for Vasquez instead. Of course, Sheridan has not accepted a rematch. Did accept this reason. This one is really hard to understand because Ratchison Rangrokila Kolat had just knocked down Pedro Rodriguez. Then he, I guess, was really intent on finishing the fight right then and there, that he decided to bypass all sportsmanship. Come on, man. Rodriguez is trying to acknowledge that sick knockdown you just landed on him, and then you instead come in with this crazy flying knee getting a very dramatic knockout. This is just such a crappy way to win, and then you go running around the ring celebrating. So many fighters after these dramatic knockouts are really worried about their opponent, but this guy wins in this fashion and he celebrates like we didn't just see him winning in what some would call cheating. This one is a little tight since the hand is not extended that far out, but you could tell from Cerrone's body language and was still acknowledged by Paul Kelly since he apologized after the fight against Donald Cerrone.
Now bring it on, come on!
Paul Kelly, here we go! Kelly quickly throws. Cerrone quickly takes him down.
Luckily, Cerrone was able to dodge that punch for the most part, and then he was able to get the takedown himself. By the second round, Kelly knew he messed up and really did do a touch glove that time at the start of the round. Cerrone ended up winning the fight by a submission in the second round. During the Ultimate Fighter 16th season, Colton Smith showed what type of person he is by being a snake when he fought against Jesse Barrett.
Kind of felt like he cheated a little bit, you know, just kind of.
According to Jesse Barrett, they both made signs to touch gloves before the fight even started. and you can see Smith holding up his hand right before he shot in and took Barrett down. Smith actually won this fight by a decision, but started off getting a point for a takedown that shouldn't have ever happened. After he was selected by Nelson, one of the coaches for that season, he was immediately taught a lesson by Nelson, telling him that if you intend to touch gloves, you better really touch them. Smith said he didn't do it on purpose, but as we have seen, that's an obvious lie.
Oh, big right hand to open it up as he was touching gloves. And he's out. Yeah.
That was Jaguar Gennaro beating Cedric Santana at 8 seconds of the first round. If you notice, right before Gennaro becomes the villain, Santana noticed that this is not going to turn out as a great representation of great sportsmanship, because he notices that Gennaro starts jumping forward, so he immediately tries to back up, but it was too late. Santana did stay up after that sucker punch, but he seemed to be already hurt, so it just took a couple more shots for him to go down and lose the fight. Now we have Shayla Gaff proving that women can also be giant a-holes when she did this to Jennifer Maia.
Maia has a very traditional Thai boxing kind of stance. We know that the pace comes straight away from Shayla Gaff, and
That was so aggressive, and she's
immediately.
out.
The worst part is that she actually won the fight by knockout. I guess you can technically say that Maia wasn't knocked out by the first initial surprise attack, since Maia was able to regroup somewhat, but the onslaught probably ruined her entire game plan, and she was unable to escape and got knocked out in just 10 seconds. Gaff also had her hand extended from the beginning as they were walking towards each other, trying to be friendly, but as soon as she got within range, she was all over Maia.
As I said, he's a brawler, it's what he's used to, you know, he's came into the elite, he's picked up a lot of skill and technique.
This guy, who is just an angry person, is named Attila Kubile, who committed a ton of fouls in this fight. Like, seriously, what the hell is wrong with this guy? I guess he's probably the perfect guy for fighting entertainment. But don't get me wrong, he shouldn't be fighting at all, but he does provide some type of entertainment. In this fight, he was fighting against Richard Boquet, and right at the beginning of the face-off, while he was trying to touch gloves, Attila instead just punched him in the face, which led the referee to admonish him like a child. Then towards the end of the fight, he did this.
I mean, I know we mentioned earlier about the idea that it was striker versus grappler, but Attila's background is vale-tudo as well, so...
First, he was kneeing a downed opponent, and then when the referee tried to stop the fight, he wouldn't stop, so he got forcefully stopped by the ref and eventually got disqualified. This referee is a badass. I wish all these guys would have lost because they deserved it for trying to win by what could be called cheating. Although they say that you should protect yourselves at all times, but still, you're trying to get a sneaky hit in, and that's not the way to win. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.